a very special edition of Buffalo Bills pregame show, the 2014 draft preview. And we have our usual analysts here to dissect all the very important details that is the draft and the upcoming backups in the NFL. Jared, we'll start off with you. Buddy Nix has picked all starters in the first round up to this point. Is that a success record that is going to continue with Whaley?
Well, I don't even know if Buddy's is actually a success record because we still got to see how Gilmore's going to do. We still got to see how EJ's going to do. EJ was a starter by default, let's face it. So Whaley, basically all he has to do is not pick a bust. If he picks someone who starts, he's doing the same as Buddy did.
Can Whaley, can he really start off on a bad foot here? So with the 9th round pick, you're going to have a starter. Is there a way that he drafts that bust?
Well, a 9th overall pick, not 9th round, but yeah, I mean the Bills were just too good to be getting one of the elites, I think, this year, unless something crazy happens in the draft. That all said, drafting a starter is not what you should be aiming for in the first round. You should be drafting a star. Anyone can draft a starter. If you're drafting somebody who's not a starter in the first round, you're screwing up big time. So
it's almost bust-proof going in. Then who do you have the Bills drafting? Do you have your mock draft in front of you?
I have it.
How does it go? Who falls down to number 9 for the Bills?
I was actually kind of surprised by this, but I have Jake Matthews sliding to the Bills at number 9.
All right, and how does that happen?
Well, I have Jadeveon and Clowney going to the Texans. I'm not sold on him. He is a high-ability player, but I don't know if he has the work ethic. I have the Rams picking Greg Robinson. You need to have somebody protecting Bradford because, let's face it, he's been in the ground as much as he's been upright. I see the Jags screw it up and picking Manziel. I do not think he's going to be successful at the NFL level. I don't think he has the maturity. He would have benefited from being in college longer. I see the Cleveland Browns actually doing something right. I see them drafting Khalil Mack. The Raiders, to their prototype, they like those big, strong-arm quarterbacks, and I see Blake Bortles fit in the mold. And I have to say, that actually would be a hell of a pick for them. I see that being the right way to go. I see the Falcons, they need a little bit of line help. Taylor Lewan might be who they would get. I think Derek Carr is going to be fighting through all the adversity of having the same bloodline as his brother. I think that the Bucs see what he has for work ethic and will be willing to draft him in that first round. I see the Vikings picking C.J. Mosley. Really, it was a BPA pick there, and that's how the Bills end up with Matthews.
And who rounds out your top 10?
I see the Lions getting Clinton-Dix, which is just one of the best names to say, period.
Well, I'm sure the announcers in Detroit are excited.
Oh, yeah.
Does Matthews fall to 9 for you? Or
unfortunately, no. First off, if we got... the Matthews family is a great football family.
Oh, yeah.
If we could land Matthews, it's an A draft automatically, in my opinion. But unfortunately, I think the other teams are a little bit smarter than that. So I have Clowney going to the Texans. It just seems to be the way it's going. The Rams, I got them picking Watkins because they're still looking for a good target for Sam Bradford, and his days are almost numbered. I mean, they got to do something. They got to give him some targets to see if he could actually be their guy. I agree with you. I think they'll pick Manziel. I don't think it's a stupid pick as you think. I know you don't like Manziel. But
it's not that I don't like him. I just don't think he's mature enough at this point.
The Browns going Khalil Mack. We have our old defensive coordinator there. I can't think he'll want to pass that up. The Raiders, I feel like they're going to screw up somehow, and I think they're going to screw up by not taking Matthews. They're going to go with Greg Robinson. I think he's okay, but with lineman jury's out, But so then Atlanta's going to step in and take Matthews. They need offensive line help. Their tackles were horrible last year, so I think he's going to be right there for them. They're going to go with him. The Bucs just gave us Mike Williams, so Mike Evans is a perfect replacement there. And the Vikings, I don't know. They're going to go Bortles. Don't really have a strong reason. I mean, I think they still need to give Ponder more time. But so at the end, we're going to pick Taylor Lewan because the other two are going to be gone, basically. I don't know how you have Lewan going before Matthews with the other teams and then Gilbert going to the to the Lions.
I think that Lewan fits the Falcons system a little better than Matthews, and that's just my own.
I just think they'd be crazy to pass him up. I mean, I know you're talking about fit, but I mean, like, you got to take the better one.
It is fair to say that if you're drafting at this point, though, that you're a franchise that makes questionable decisions anyway. So it's fair to assume that someone's going to make a blow pick somewhere in here.
Oh, yeah.
In my draft, I have hope against hope. Other GMs believing that Manziel is also a clown, and he drops to 9, and we get him because there's no way that having 2 quarterbacks that are assets is going to hurt us in the future. And if EJ doesn't pan out, then we have a quarterback to replace him. And if not,
I don't know.
if Manziel doesn't pan out, we got another first-round pick next year because we're out of the playoffs again. Out of the rumor mill, the Bills are rumored to have wanted to trade down to make a draft pick. And this season seems to be a buyer's market. There are teams that are drafting very low that are looking to get out of that spot. Is this a year where the Bills make a trade to get lower, Jared?
All right. If we trade down, I think Eric Ebron needs to be the focus. Because Ebron, I would love if we took him at 9, but we don't really take tight ends at 9. It just doesn't happen.
Oh, Dareus. He was top 10.
All right. But if we took a tight end more towards 19, 20, 21, found a trading partner there, I think that'd be worth it. I just don't see it happening because I don't think the 9th spot is anything that anyone else is going to really want to cover. No one's going to want
us moving up?
Moving up, if we got... The only person I really would like to see is Sammy Watkins, because one way or another, we might lose Stevie, we might lose Mike Williams, and getting an elite A.J. Green type receiver on the team, we passed on A.J. Green before, and look how he's doing in Cincinnati.
Well, to be fair, we have Dareus, who is a pretty darn good player himself.
Decent, but I'm just saying, I think you want that game changer, you need that weapon, and that's what I want the Bills to do in this draft. Like, get a Pro War. Just do it. Like, I mean, I would love it if you got Jake Matthews, obviously, but if you're going to trade around, get a playmaker.
Whereas I disagree on who I would want to trade up for. Receiver, I actually like what the Bills have going forward. I think T.J. Graham is probably gone this year, but
don't even
I could see Goodwin being the returner, like a 4 guy.
But who's the number 1?
Oh, I would have to say it's probably either... It's going to be somewhere between Stevie, Woods, and Mike Williams.
Stevie's shown that he's not a number 1 receiver, I think. I think the jury's out that he's a good
I don't know.
receiver.
He's owned certain elite quarterbacks with his route-running skills. I would say that there's going to be a fun competition this year, but I think with our top 3 receivers, we're in good shape. I really do.
Now, CJ is someone that's been talked about as a trade bait. Is he an asset that you wouldn't mind seeing leave the Bills and moving up for a draft pick?
My biggest problem with that is right now you have Fred Jackson, who's older than all 3 of us, and he's probably going to retire within the next couple of years. That's the reality of it. You're trading away a running back who is dynamic, but not always durable. If somebody's really wanting to overpay, I'd be fine with that, provided the Bills would be drafting a running back in the 2nd or 3rd round then. That would make sense. But the Bills have to have something in return that's really worth it. I mean, I would love the Rams situation where they have picks at 2 and 13 because they were willing to pass on RG3. That would be the only way I could really see that happen, and I'm not sure I would really want to do that.
Does CJ have value in a trade, Jared?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be 2nd round, 3rd round, if anything. I mean, but I do think we actually do need to look at running back in this draft because, and you and I disagree on this a little bit, but I really think while I want a playmaker, this is also the draft of the future too. We only have a few holes we got to plug in, but our linebacking situation a year later might have some issues. Our wide receiver situation in a year from now might have issues. Our quarterback situation, to your credit, might have a situation.
Oh yeah, possibly.
So you got to look at all those positions. We only have a few positions to fill. We only have weakness at our right tackle, our tight end.
A linebacker.
A linebacker. Well, we got starting linebackers, but again, for only 1 year with
Brandon Spikes. Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to look at that and see, okay, who are we going to need in the future that we can get now, that would be good to get now?
Well, you say that we need a weapon, but both of you have linemen going for first or
I'm just thinking realistically at the 9th spot.
That would be the best one to win right now is
because the way free agency went, it's looking like tackle because they've addressed everything but tackle basically.
And I agree with that. That all said, do you think the Bills should be drafting quarterback this year?
Absolutely.
And where?
Until they find one. I say 7 quarterbacks.
Of course you would.
You know what? I'm good on passing my quarterback this year.
All right.
All together?
Yeah.
I disagree. I would be fine with the Bills drafting 3rd or 4th round or later somebody who might be there. I mean, look at what Washington did with drafting RG3 and Kirk Cousins. Cousins has proven to be an asset in his own right when RG3 goes down every year.
Bridgewater's stocks dropped significantly. If he's there in the 2nd round, you turn down Bridgewater?
No, not second. If he's in there in the 4th, I'll take him. Sure.
3rd?
Seriously? I don't know.
I would take him in the 2nd, hands down.
In the 2nd too.
I mean,
Obviously. Well, in closing, every draft has some big surprises. Are there any big surprises that either of you are willing to predict?
there will be more than one quarterback drafted in the 1st round this year. I promise.
All right. I have a weird feeling that the Patriots are eyeing Manziel. They got to replace Brady at some point. Might be their year to do it.
Bold.
This is their bold prediction, so go ahead.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Well, I will state this, just to your surprise. I do not see the Bills trading back to 18-19 for this reason. Division rivals.
Yeah.
So I don't see the Jets or Dolphins being able to trade up with the Bills. So
Yeah, sure.
there's your surprise.
Ooh.
All right, all that unfolds the next week and a half. Enjoy your draft NFL time here, 2014 fans, and we'll be back afterwards for our analysis. Thank you.
Enjoy the football season. Come on, you Spurs!
Randy had a baby.
Woo. Love you, Eli.
Everyone ready?
And welcome back to a very special edition of NFL.
All right.